Have you ever noticed how quiet the world gets on Christmas night? Not peaceful quiet, the kind of quiet where even the snow seems to be listening, the kind where every shadow feels a little too tall, and every sound feels like it doesn't belong to you. This story is about a Christmas that was supposed to be warm, safe, joyful. Instead, it became a night no one involved ever talks about anymore. And what makes this story truly disturbing is that every detail was documented. Christmas horror stories usually live in fiction, ghosts, monsters, twisted legends. But this isn't folklore. It's not a campfire tale. This is a true Christmas horror story, pieced together from police reports, recorded statements, and the memories of the only people who survived. By the end of this story, you'll understand why some families never decorate anymore, and why one small town avoids talking about Christmas Eve altogether. December 24th, 1998, northern Minnesota. The kind of place where winter doesn't arrive, it takes over. Pine trees sag under thick snow, roads disappear by sunset, and the Anderson family's cabin sits nearly half a mile from the nearest neighbor. It was supposed to be perfect. Mark and Ellen drove up with their two children, 10-year-old Lily and 7-year-old Ben, for a quiet Christmas getaway. No phones, no neighbors, just family. But Ellen noticed something strange almost immediately. The cabin felt occupied, not visibly, nothing out of place, no signs of forced entry, just a feeling like walking into a room where someone had just been standing. She brushed it off. Old wood creaks, wind howls, isolation messes with your head. Then Ben asked a question that stopped her cold. "Mom, who was in my room before me?" She laughed too quickly. "No one, honey." Ben didn't laugh back. "Then why is my closet breathing?" That night, Ellen heard footsteps pacing outside the cabin, slow, deliberate, crunching through snow. Every time Mark checked, there was nothing. No movement, no shadows, only smooth, untouched snow. Christmas Eve dinner passed quietly, too quietly. The radio crackled with static. The fire popped sharply, like it didn't enjoy being watched. Around 9:40, Lily stood by the window, staring into the trees. She didn't move, didn't blink. "Sweetie?" Ellen asked. Lily pointed. "There's a man standing by the trees." Mark grabbed a flashlight and stepped onto the porch. The beam cut through the darkness, then stopped. Someone had been there. Fresh footprints led from the tree line and then ended, not turned around, not dragged, just stopped, as if whoever made them had simply vanished. Mark said it was probably a deer or shadows, but Lily whispered something Ellen never forgot. He was smiling, but not with his mouth. That night, the power went out at exactly 11:11, and that's when the knocking started. Slow, polite, 3 knocks, a pause, 3 knocks again. Mark didn't answer. Then a voice came from the other side of the door. "Let me in. It's Christmas." They didn't move. Minutes passed, then silence. Just when they began to relax, the attic hatch creaked open. Slowly, dust fell onto the floor. Ben started crying. Mark grabbed the fireplace poker and climbed the ladder. Later, in his recorded statement, he said this: "There were handprints in the insulation, not reaching in, reaching down." Suddenly, the radio turned on by itself. A Christmas song played, warped and slowed like a dying tape. Then a whisper overlapped the music. "Thank you for the invitation." The attic ladder slammed shut. The lights flickered back on, and muddy footprints appeared across the living room floor. They led straight to the kids' bedroom. Ellen screamed. When they burst inside, the room was empty. The window was wide open, and Lily's voice echoed from the trees. "Mama, he says Christmas is for sharing." They ran into the snow without coats, without shoes, without thinking. The forest swallowed sound. Snow muted their screams. They followed Lily's voice deeper into the trees until suddenly silence. Then they saw her, standing perfectly still, facing a tall figure wrapped in black. Its body was unnaturally thin, like it didn't quite understand how bones worked. There were no footprints beneath it, no breath in the cold. Mark shouted. The thing turned its head. Its face wasn't wrong. It was unfinished, like it had studied human expressions but skipped something important. It released Lily. She collapsed into Ellen's arms, and then the thing stepped back and melted into the falling snow. By morning, police found no sign of anyone else. No footprints, no fingerprints, no evidence, except one thing carved in a tree near the cabin. Next year, the Anderson family sold the cabin within a week. They never returned, and Lily still sleeps with the lights on. That Christmas was meant to be a peaceful escape. Instead, it became a reminder that winter doesn't just freeze the land, it preserves what shouldn't exist. The footsteps, the knocking, the voice asking to be let in. Maybe it was a man, maybe it was something older, or maybe Christmas night simply makes the veil thinner. So tonight, when you hear a sound outside your door, when the snow feels a little too still, ask yourself one thing. Did you lock everything up, or did something already get inside? If you want more true horror stories that follow you long after the screen goes dark, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below if you've ever experienced something unexplainable during the holidays. And when you're ready, watch the next story, because the night isn't over yet.